Okay, this adventure we're going to cool. Okay. Let's start over. In this adventure, we're going to do some surface mining near Dav's, or on the same planet that Dav's Hope is on. It's good because sunshine is on this side of the planet, so we can actually see. So, as you can see, now if you notice that background radar, there was nothing to the left, and now there is. Well, when you come back from the menu, sometimes it takes a little bit for it to populate. Now, there's two types of signals here. Let me move to the left a little bit. There's a lower signal and a higher signal. The higher signal is usually an outcrop, and the lower signal I forget what the name of it is. We'll see it when we get there. So let's go. Let's go see some of this. We're going to go after the outcrop first. So we've lined up with that signal. And here we go. We will need our combat mode because we have to shoot the rocks for this to work. You gotta blast the rocks to get the minerals out of it. And it'll be raw materials. And if it's not exactly what you need, you can go to the stations that have material traders and trade your materials for the materials you actually need. Okay. So this is an outcrop. Get close enough that we can shoot it. Oops, it went behind the hill, so let's... Your turrets are higher than what we are, so as soon as it started to peak, I could hit them. Okay, and our cargo scoop is open, so we can start collecting. So we're collecting materials. I'm going to zoom in on the sensor so I can see them. Now, you see they're white, the materials are white. Sometimes that doesn't happen, I've noticed. So what I'll do is I'll just back up from this area, scan my head back and forth, and see if any other targets pop up. Just to make sure, because sometimes that happens. Okay, let's zoom back out on our sensor and go back and look. And again, there's an outcrop. Let's hit that one. Cool blast. So we got carbon. We have 111 so far out of the 300 that it allows. And let's look at another one. This is sulfur. We have 129 out of 300 is what the capacity that we can hold. It's 300, and we had 127. This one's manganese and 85. And we just target them and run over them or get close enough to them since we have the cargo scoop on, and those are collected. You can go over to inventory And the raw materials are just in the regular materials. And you can see where I've collected. Now those where the maximum is 100, that's grade 5. 150 is grade 4. I think it's like 200 is grade 3. 250 is grade 2. And 300s are grade 1. And you see my 100s are high because what I do is I go to the material traders and push those materials over to grade 5, because if you're trying to get grade 4 materials later, you can get a lot more of them from the higher grade. So I wind up doing that. Okay, so we got a lower signal. Let's go check that out in our adventure. Commander R. Giles Adventure. That's what it is, adventures. So we're just going to go and see what we can find. In our surface mining adventure. Here we go. Mesosiderite. And I'm sure I messed that up. But you can read it. Okay, it wasn't an outcrop, it was different. Mesosiderite. And that was the lower signal. I can zoom in so you can see it on the radar. And we got one hiding. Now what I think's funny is this rock is much smaller. Sometimes when you try to climb those, it'll just stop. It will not let you climb that, because that's what the rock we exploded. And so I think that's pretty wild. So let's back up and see if there's any leftovers that are just not showing up on radar. And there's not. And there's one over here. Another one that we saw. Yep. Mesosiderite. And it's a lower signal. And you'll hear sounds too coming from that radar. And there's different sounds based on different things. Oh, we blasted it. Manganese, we got 91 out of 250, so that is a grade 2. And a nickel, which is 123 out of 300, which that's a grade 1. Use these for the engineering modifications from the engineers. I know some people don't like that they added the engineers. I do, because my Python has about a 45 unladen jump range because of those engineers. And see that ship you see up there, that's NPC circling Dav's Hope. So if I click on Dav's Hope's over there, and there's an NPC circling it. Okay, well, you saw some surface mining. It's pretty simple. And the more you can stand collecting, it does get boring at times, but the more you can collect, the better for you when you're trying to modify your ship. So, okay, well, until our next adventure, we will see you later.